Okay, so the idea is great. I think that the whole setup is beautiful. I think you really got a nice piece going here. A couple of things I want you to notice. Take a notice right here where your logo is. Watch what happens when I start turning the pages. There, your logo. Wait, hold on. Okay, hang on. I thought I saw that, but maybe that was a PDF rendering because no, there it is, right there. Okay, watch your logo. Watch it move. See. Now, see, look at your logo. It's locked down there on every page. That's great. It establishes a cadence. It gives a nice, it's almost a safety net for the viewer in that they know exactly where to find the contact information at any point in time on any page. But it's got to be consistent, just like it is here. That's great. But in this one page, boop, there it goes. Not sure if you want to do that. I would recommend keeping that footer the same on every page. Enjoy a small, no pun intended, sampling of my design. I don't think you need no pun intended. I would just say enjoy a small sampling of my design over a nice cup of tea. And that's enough to pique the interest. It really is. It's enough to pique the interest to go, oh, wow, that's interesting. If I got this package, okay, I would say the best thing to do is, since this is a styrofoam cup, is to present this inside of a box. Otherwise, it could get damaged, and it probably will get damaged. Styrofoam damage is very easy. It's very fragile. So placing this inside of a designed box would be another really good idea. I think that this right here, this tea bag has got to have your blue bee on it. Has to. It's imperative. Otherwise, the whole concept won't work. So even showing this in your presentation, slip your logo in there. This is a nice way to show how the whole piece is set up. This whole piece right here fits in the cup of tea. Great. It's got a sleeve. Is that true? Does it have a sleeve? Is that what your graphics are on, the sleeve? Great idea. Easy to print. And then I'm guessing that the tea bag comes right inside there with there. I don't know if when you do give the whole thing away, if you have this like that, the string will be hanging out with your tea bag with the bee on it. That might be pretty interesting as well. Okay, let's take a look. Now, I think that you're making a very critical gamble here, and I don't think it's going to work to your advantage. What I'm talking about is this. Okay, here's the presentation. I want to zoom in here. I want to see. Can you see these little lines right here? Can you see the line around that stripe you've drawn and that bag you've drawn? I would definitely mock those up via Photoshop, not Illustrator, because you can definitely tell those have been illustrated in there, right down to the fake drop shadow. Try to do something with that. That looks really bizarre. I think that can look much more professional. That bee is too small too. That little bag right there is only about as small as a thumbprint. So think about that. Okay, let's get to the meat of the matter here. Now, the one thing I want to say is that look at each page now. Look how you're breaking your margins on each page. All right, so watch that margin. Okay, change there. See how it's jumping around? See, that margin's changing every single page. That has got to be a consistent margin. I recommend taking a area that will be your play area and keeping that consistent. So that margin, keep your type, descriptive type right below. Keep that area consistent so that margin does not jump around. We also have this. The next thing, and the one thing I really want to say is this. And this is important, all right? So just give me about 30 seconds here. Basically, what you're doing is you're recapping your portfolio. These pieces all look like they would have been in your portfolio. I don't know if that's true or not. However, the presentation and everything here is pointing right to portfolio. Don't forget, this is a leave behind. The person who gets this will have already seen your portfolio. So you want to be careful not to just re-show everything that they have just seen. For that reason, I think a leave behind piece is a wonderful way to establish a new set of visuals for the interviewer to look at, something that hasn't been included in your portfolio, and something that isn't presented like this is a portfolio presentation. Okay, this is my branding. This is my branding suite. Here's my letterhead. Here's my business card. Here's my envelope. Here's my logo. Okay, is that something that you want to show? You've already shown it in your logo, and wouldn't you rather take a piece of your other work, maybe that wasn't in the portfolio, something really interesting? These could be illustrations, they can be photographs, they can be just really little interesting iterations of work that you've used on. Just something that the viewer can look at and go, oh, wow, that's cool. oh wow, that's awesome. Like this piece is really interesting. I don't know if that piece is in your portfolio or not. But again, you're getting to this portfolio presentation. Okay, here's this one, and here's this one, the next one, next right next to it, so you can see the size. Then there's the business card, and then there's the do you see what I'm saying? So I think that just showing something like this, or even showing little illustrations and little things, are much more effective way to spark the interest in a leave behind for your viewer. For example, this piece, why don't show this piece? It probably would have been shown in your portfolio plus. Do you have a little illustration, maybe some photograph or some pen and ink illustration, vector illustration, maybe digital piece, something you can put in here? Doesn't even really need to make sense, just as long as you say, okay, this is my piece, I created it, and it's something else for the viewer to look at. Maybe that's a little bit different than a portfolio presentation. I know I've said that in a couple of different ways, and I kind of seem to start saying the same things over and over in different ways, but I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, so otherwise, there the concept is great. I think this is fantastic concept. Okay, let's move to the letterhead. Perfect. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's perfect. It is perfectly functional. It's beautiful. It's versatile. It's light. It's airy. It's inviting. And I think it's perfect. Business card. There's the back. There's the front again. You got the same, mimicking the same type of layout on the business card that you had on the letterhead. So I think your branding suite is beautiful. I really do.